Hello everyone, this is Alnafistulum and I'm back. Anyhow, I guess I'll discuss the entire menu here now that since I stopped on it last time. The folder describes every single chip you can use in battle. It has every single one of them. There's exactly 30 of them. Now here we have the sack. These are chips that are not in your folder but you still have. You can choose to place them in your folder, say for example, I'll do that especially when we get more powerful chips. Right now, recovery, tendon, and crossgun aren't all that useful considering we already have both of them. The library, this just shows every single chip in the order that you can use. It shows every different kind of chip. We'll try to fill that up later. Now Mega Man, this is essentially Mega Man's status, as he says. It shows his HP, his level, and his attack, rapid, and charge stats. Now to increase the level, you simply increase any stats with the power-up. The HP stat you can increase by these things known as HP memories. And the attack, rapid, and charge, you can choose a random power-up, and when you get a power-up, you can choose which of these stats to raise. If you raise the attack, that lets the Mega Buster do more damage. You can have it do up to 5 damage per shot. The rapid stat lets you fire quicker the higher it is. And the charge stat, you need at least a charge level 2 to actually be able to charge, but the higher the charge stat, the faster charging actually occurs. Also, you can fill these 3 Buster stats up until all level 5. There are exactly 12 power-ups to let you do that, and also each HP memory increases your max HP by 20. You can do this up until you have 1000 HP, and then once you collect all of those, you will be at level 100, I believe. The email, we'll discuss that later. Items, these are essentially the key items. Right now the only real thing is the PET, which we need. The network, that's essentially for link play, as in if you want to trade battle chips or battle with each other. Saving the game. I'll demonstrate that. And the save screen shows how much time was spent playing, 20 minutes. The data library, 10 different chips seen out of 175 total. The battle chips, you have total of 32 battle chips, including how much you have in the folder and the sack. And the credits, this is essentially the money for the game. You currently have 0 zenny. And now let's talk to Dex. This is an optional boss battle, but I'll do this to demonstrate boss battle. Well, you got saved by the bell, but now it's time to fight. My Gutsman rocks. I got the latest version yesterday. Let's do it. Oh yes. That's the spirit. Don't be a crybaby if you lose, here. No, now this is how boss battles usually work. First of all, the chip order is randomized. As I mentioned, I'll demonstrate these shotguns. Now, Gutsman himself has some pretty definitive attacks. Actually, all the Navis do. But Gutsman's attacks involve using his Guts Hammer to create a shockwave. You cracking your panels like that. Or I'll try to demonstrate here. He will try to get up and punch you sometimes if you're in the front row. I think I'll steal in White Sword. Oh, and there's the normal sword, which only attacks in front of you. The White Sword is essentially a variation on that. Hold on, Gutsman's nearly down. Now, normally, whenever you finish a boss battle, you either get money or the Navi's chip. The chip usually simulates or improves a certain attack, and there are usually 3 levels of the chip, each one more powerful than the last. Anyhow, grr, you just got lucky. Today doesn't count, okay? Yeah. The Navi chips are really useful too because they stop time, so you don't have to worry about any attacks during the attack. And we have email. We have two, actually. Lan, this is Dad. I've made a power program for Mega Man. It's a little big to send by mail. But don't worry, I'll bring it home soon. You and Mega Man make a great team. Keep it up, Dad. P.S. Don't forget that whenever you're in a pinch, you can press PET's L button to talk to Mega Man. Essentially what this means is, you can talk to Mega Man whenever you're either confused or want an extra hint or anything. It can actually be pretty useful if, say, you forgot what you're supposed to do or you want an extra hint. And we also have something from Miss Mari. I forgot to mention something in class today. Chips don't run out when you use them, so use what you need. Also, press PET's R button to call your NetNavi in the net. This useful trick is called jacking out. Sorry for forgetting, and see you in class tomorrow, Mari. What she essentially said is, first of all, after you use the battle chip in battle, you can't use it for the rest of the battle. However, it will still be in your folder for any upcoming battles. Also, if you're in the net with Mega Man, you can easily jack out and go back directly where you were in the real world by simply pressing R. Unfortunately, it doesn't work the other way where you can just press R and go back to where you were immediately. You can only go back to the specific access point linked to where you are. Anyhow, we have Miss Mari and someone new. Lan, welcome home. A man from Net Safety is checking our home control panel. You heard, right? About the ovens exploding? That's the accident Mail was talking about this morning. Hello. We think a virus might be responsible for the accident. Yes, I'm trying to imitate the voice from the anime. We're checking every home's control panel just to be safe. I'm glad it didn't happen to us. Lan, go to your room so you won't get in the way. Let's get on the net. So yeah, now I'll talk more in detail about jacking in. Jack in Mega Man EXE Transmit. Now here when you're in the net, you can either walk slowly or quickly. And also, you encounter viruses randomly. Here we have what's known as a Flappy, or a Powie, depending on the game. Now we'll wait for that. Now the way they attack is they jump randomly around the field. And you can get either Zenny or the chip responding to the virus if you beat it one. Note that this virus can also make itself very heavy and crush a panel, cracking it. And if I haven't explained cracked panels yet, they essentially, if you step on a cracked panel then get off of it, the cracked panel will turn into a hole. The holes will slowly regenerate, though while they're in the hole, you cannot step on it, and some attacks can only go on solid flooring, so holes will stop them too. I'll try to demonstrate that later. Also, let's talk to this Mr. Prog. They're essentially like digital mini programs that... This is the inside of your computer. From here you can access the net and other terminals. You can jack out at any time by pressing the R button. Essentially, give you either some good tips or power-ups or just some random information like that. And here we are in the actual mainstream net where you have these, I'm assuming they're E's for as an homage to Explorer, and they're gold and spinning around on the grid. Apparently every single area on the mainstream net is like this, though there are some separate networks that are different, such as the school one we've seen. And here we have... Oh, Mega Man. My name is Glide. I'm Lan's classmate Yai's NetNavi. One of Yai's programs has gotten lost. I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere in the net around here. I have some pressing chores to do and must return now. Mega Man, if you happen to find our program, could you please come by our network? Here, please take this. Mega Man got at Yai. If you use that at the proper place on the net, you will be able to access Yai's portrait network. I'll be there. Oh, and if you could keep this matter to yourself, thank you. So essentially now we're in the net, and what this means is we can pretty much traverse around anywhere we want. The roads are all skinny like this, and it can be pretty confusing sometimes considering every single area on the net has the same floor design and background. And here we have random encounters. This one seems pretty annoying, so let's demonstrate the escape. First of all, I'll demonstrate the okay, I can't, so none of them has the same code, so I'll just demonstrate escape. Now what escape does is, if you're not in any plot-related battle, or aren't in a battle that's very important to the plot, such as a boss battle, you immediately escape. You don't get anything though. Also, if you happen to take damage during a random encounter, your health will automatically regenerate to its maximum whenever you leave the battle, either by winning or by leaving. Note, however, that this was changed in later games such that you for whatever reason, and in any case, that door will skip for now. Now we have canodums. What canodums do are, they essentially try to target you. If you go in front of them, they send a crosshair, and if that crosshair intersects with you, it fires at you. Also, the cross gun it essentially fires in a big X. The center of the X is whichever target was the most in front of you. And with that, I probably took too much time explaining to get anything, but oh, I got the MetGuard chip. Awesome. MetGuard, it essentially lets you shield yourself for up to 3 seconds, and here we have some hidden sparkles. It's mystery data, and since it's green, mystery data will always come back in that same location whenever we jack in and out. Mega Man accessed the mystery data. Mega Man got a chip for Recovery 10G. And here we have Metars and Canodums. Joy. Let's take the Metars out first. Canodums are pretty easy to avoid, but then again, so are Metools, and apparently, I think if I called them Metars, that's because in later games they were referred to as Metars, in the games where they actually named every single virus before the battle. Also, canodums don't move at all, unless you somehow move them. Which I won't. Cool, we got another cannon, A. And here we have more Metools. Also, it should be noted that the Buster, if you're firing it, it can rapid fire faster the closer the target is in front of you. Oh, now we have the actual attack chip the Metools can give you. Shockwave. I'll put both of those chips in the folder just for demonstration. I probably don't need the shotgun since those have already been demonstrated. Cannons are pretty nice since they do a good deal more damage, and MetGuard, I'll demonstrate that. Now let's check this access terminal. This is Yai's terminal. You can normally only access it from the net if you have the actual AT code, which in this case Glide gave to us. There are much more that you can get 2 different ways, and I'll demonstrate all of them. Considering one of them that you need. It connects to the terminal. Mega Man bookmark Yai's portrait. You can now freely enter here. Note, once you've bookmarked a location, you can freely traverse between Yai's portrait and this specific location in the net. No, you can only do that if you have you can only bookmark it if you have the special. Oh, here we have a fishy virus. Yeah, it's called the big bird thing is called a fishy for whatever reason, even though there are much more fish-looking viruses in this game. Now essentially how fishies work is if they detect you in front of them, they dash across. They are still vulnerable to attacks though, but they can be pretty annoying. I'll see if I can get this attack in to hit both. Apparently I couldn't. And we got Zenny, which is actually pretty good because we're about to meet this guy, who apparently looks at us from a weird angle. I'm a net merchant. Want to see my wares? No, we don't actually have enough money to buy anything good. Here we have the HP memory, and power-ups and some chips. Now the R button describes everything. Here we have an increased total HP by 20 points. I described this. Power-ups, your Mega Buster did this. Now wide sword we know spreader. It looks like this, and a gun with a one-panel blast. What this does is actually it strikes the first panel, it hits, and it actually strikes all 8 panels around it. And hammer breaks cubes. Range equals 1. Yeah, there are certain cubes that take a good deal of damage. The hammer can destroy them though. And also deals 100 damage to enemies that can get hit by it, even though it can only hit the panel directly in front. Also, it can break guards, such as if I mentioned the med tool guards. The hammer can break right through it, and there's also one other enemy that does that. And recovery 50C, it recovers 50 hit points. And cannon C. The reason I will explain why cannon C is so important. Since we already have A and B. Of course, we're gonna leave since we can't afford anything. Now, where would that program be? Well, I can't find my way home. Glide, come find me. Glide, I think you're the lost program. Well, Glenn, this must be the lost program. You're right, Mega Man. Go tell Glide. He's in Yai's portrait network, right? Okay. So now we must go tell Glide that we keep getting ambushed by viruses. Last. Note, if the fishy virus isn't charging at you, it usually goes up and down. I'll probably resort to cannoning. Yes, I just made that word up. Goodbye. And here we have Shockwave. It essentially does the same thing as the shockwaves that the Met Tools and Gutsman did. Also, if it hits an enemy, it can keep going forward past it as if nothing happened. However, it can't go over holes, and so it is a ground-restricted weapon. And here we have 100 Zenny. I think I'll do this just to get these 2 nuisances. Yeah, this one can be a bit tricky, though not really. I mean, some quick speed and evasiveness should make quick work of this. I'm not gonna escape mainly because I still am looking for good battle chips and for good Zenny. I'll take advantage of the fact that you can fire faster with closer targets, and also, unlike Metools, Canodoms act independently of each other if there's more than one in a battle. I think Metools are the only virus, or no, Metools and one other virus that actually act with more than one another together. 80 Zenny. So far the least I've seen a virus group give me. And here we have Glide. Ah, you found our program. Where is it? Okay, got it. Thank you. Please take this as a reward. Mega Man got a chip for Spreader Eye. Hey, cool. Len, let's go see Mom if Mom finished making us a snack. We'll do that in the next episode. Anyhow, this is due to time constraints. Wow, this is a long recording. Anyhow, this is Mephistilum signing off. Arrivederci!